Well, good morning, folks. I would like to speak about our Constitution and our rights and how it is written, yet is being violated on a daily basis, especially down here in the South. Our judicial system has been functioning the way it has been functioning for a long time without any correction. Um, I had never been in trouble with the law. I joined the military. I was stationed at Keesler. I was a young lady that just minded my own business. But when my divorce took 5 years and the mistreatment that I received in court, all of that just enlightened me. And it's a domino effect because what happened or didn't happen, it affects the next step. I was on my way to culinary nutrition school. I was on my way out the door. See, these people use their intelligence and what I mean intelligence is intelligence, because the intelligence that they're using is not their own. They're using your intelligence against you. They're using their cameras and their forensic evidence so that no matter what, you cannot win. That you cannot win. There's no excuse for somebody to go to court 5 years and not get a divorce, for them to postpone it and postpone it and postpone it. And it's like, well, what do? The higher levels are aware of this. They're aware that these things are happening, especially down here in the South. They've known. I reached out to the White House years ago and I said, please help me. I don't know anything about the law, but I'm here. I was on my way to culinary nutrition school. I'm down here. I'm going through a divorce. It's taken 5 years. Well, they used that same tactic when they took Alexander. When I was out the door and in moving transition, they took Alexander, saying that somebody had called the department stating I was potentially suicidal. And nowadays, it's the people involved in the corruption. Like it's a big football game. You see how evil our society has become. I believe in psychology that's there to help the people, genuinely help. I'm not pro-psychology that is all about excavating truth without being able to handle it or do something about it. When something happens in someone's life and is very traumatic, sometimes it's best to just leave it alone, because now we have the military giving their soldiers some kind of medication so that they forget some of the things that happened in war, which was killing and things like that. This war is a game for them. It makes them money. They enjoy what they're doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. The people who are involved in war, they just like the war. Because when they plot war, they're using their God-given intelligence to plot the war like it's a game. We're going to do this. They strategize. So if they're strategizing about war, why can't they come up with a strategy for peace? Because it doesn't make them money for their weapons of mass destruction and their all of the casualties and all who benefit from that. Do you think that this is a life worth living for those who are on the other end? But thank God for God. And God does have many angels. God has been seeing this humanity and the way that people rebel against God over and over and over and over. And this time, God said, that's enough. The time has come. Whip butt, correct you because I love you, to save you, your human kind. And to set the record straight that I'm boss, not me, not Susan Valerino. I'm nobody. I am just a human being just like you, and I have no degree just like many of you. I am Latino, and I'm a woman, and I am here in America legally. But in our Constitution, it says that we're not supposed to be taking advantage of other people. In the Bible, it says we're not supposed to be taking advantage of other people. The foreigners, the poor, the widows. Our church is involved in corruption. Our very church. They will use the atheist in their team so that they can accomplish whatever it is that they want to accomplish. Somebody has to be Satan. You know, this is the propaganda we're going to have because we need things to go this way because you're manipulative. Some of these churches are right down manipulative. And it's not about God for them. It's about their money. They have no fear of God. Because if they feared God, they wouldn't be playing God. If they feared God, these church leaders would not be manipulative and playing God. So, if our military is involved in cleaning the mind, if you will, after they've used the soldiers to do whatever it is that they wanted them to do, to go kill one another while they're watching everything from above, well, you didn't perform well. You have to kill the enemy. While the enemy's leaders are doing the same thing to them. While the two top nations, they sit and drink and talk about it. They send their soldiers to practice and then let it go. Time for the show. For them to enrich them. And we've known these things. Who do you think the Son of God is? Who do you think the Son of Man? Son of Man means man with cojones. The only one that God addressed in the Bible as Son of Man, directly, Son of Man, is Ezekiel. He said, Ezekiel, I want you to talk to those people in the south. The south means us, the whole earth, below God. Below! He said, talk to those people in the south. Because he needed to raise the dead in the valley of dry bones. The valley that needed water to bring bone to bone, to put the whole body together and restore the body. Temple, church. Son of man means, what does the word man mean? The word man means be a man. Have some guts. Have some testicles. God has given you testicles. Use them to speak truth inside of you. Not based on hearsay, based on what God is telling you directly. If you don't hear what God is telling you directly, then maybe you need to be paying attention. Heard, understood, acknowledged. If you have a boss down here on earth and you say, yes sir, I, and all of that you're following command, do you know what you're doing? Do you understand your job? Do you understand fully why you're doing what you're doing here on earth? Who are you working for? If in God we trust, and we have it on our currency, and that's the very money that we use to pay your paycheck, who are you working for? Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Pay your taxes and give to God what belongs to God. This nation hasn't been birthed yet. All of this talk about freedom and freedom is just talk. Look what we did to the Native Americans. They didn't recover fully. Look what we've done to black Afro-Americans. They didn't recover fully. Look what we've been doing. Letting all kinds of people come in here and all kinds of people just to take advantage of their illegality. We've got to use our God-given gifts to humanity and our technology to genuinely prevent crime. Not to allow it to continue and then say, oh, well, now we have enough evidence, so we're going to blackmail you. If you have the technology to go up and see somebody mooning you, and you have the technology to see all the way up Uranus, then you have the technology to make sure that no child gets stolen. No human trafficking for your organ harvesting and your experimentations. If you want to experiment on somebody, then experiment on yourself. Be a man or a woman. Don't use somebody else's children to satisfy your curiosity as a scientist, or I should say mad scientist. There's a lot of you who are right down deranged, messed up in the head. And just because you have a degree and government money, you don't get punishment for what you're doing to humanity. Just because you have badges on your chest does not make you good, does not make you successful in the eyes of God. You want to talk about bananas? overcome your shenanigans. And you don't like that. Because I see right through you, and just like I see right through you, I see my Father. And I see Paul and Jeremiah on a regular basis. I am not pretending to see. We were lifted. And now we're coming down. We were lifted. We were lifted. Lifted. And now we're being birthed. Coming down the broad, the church. The New Jerusalem with our blueprint in our hand. In our hand. The keys between the gamma and the dalet. The C and the D. The 3 and the 4. I am not bluffing. I don't want attention, otherwise I wouldn't come to you with third day makeup and frizzy hair. I say what I have to say when I have to say it. We are being birthed. This nation. Because nation equals nations. Because when we, the United States, the eagle, don't you know that we have the wings? And it's not about making these airplanes faster and to fly higher. And what is the point of that? To go to war and in a split second that plane comes down and is destroyed? Millions of dollars down the ground? That pilot dead? For what? For your nations? Oh! How is that helping us down here? We have got water to clean all over the earth because this is our common ground. Get your heads out of Uranus. How long is it gonna take? How long? What good does it do for somebody to go to journalism school and learn how to read so that they can sit there and read that the waters are polluted? Or write an article about how the waters are polluted? To travel the world with their company to see that the waters are polluted and reported. How much longer? Are doctors going to go to medical school to learn that the top 3 diseases are heart, diabetes, and cancers? How long are they going to talk about prevention? And then you shoot the messenger. Over and over and over. You shoot the messenger. For thousands of years, nothing has changed. But Jeremiah says the weeping has been done. And Paul says, I have already fought at Ephesus. I would not have known these things. They are leading me. It's just popping out. It's being highlighted for me. I am not claiming to be a genius because I'm not. But I see with my spiritual eyes because I am not stubborn. I am not blocking God. I'm not tuning him out. When he speaks to me, he said, my daughter. So let us recognize. If you want to call me lazy because I'm in my robe at noon, if you want to call me lazy because I don't have a quote-unquote job, well, if we must, I will be a lazy Susan going around and around the table of truth and transparency for you. Let us. Dr. Martin Luther King is on the table. Maria Montessori sitting at the table. Albert Einstein, President Eisenhower, and Mahatma Gandhi are sitting at the table. And God is our center. And I am with God and God is with me. And I fear no man. If we have intelligence, if we have people plotting war, then we can very well have people plotting peace. Strategizing. The way DHR is functioning here in America is just right down of the devil. They like to provoke anger. Because their advisors, these quote-unquote professionals, they are advising these people on what to do. It's like, oh, good look, Miss Valerino is just not calm. You know that game is old. When you provoke people, when you take away what is theirs, which my child is not for you to buy and sell. I am not paying you back for my child. Because my child is not for buying and selling. I am not for buying and selling. I'm giving you my brain because you've already taken it, but I have overcome your shenanigans. You want to talk about bananas? Let us talk about balanced cookies. Let us. You cannot blackmail me or blacklist me or threaten me with anything. You can look all the way up to my Uranus. I don't care if you must, but let us focus on what we have to do. We have got to use our God-given intelligence that He has given y'all to get it together here on Earth before we can talk about going to another planet to destroy it. Because we ourselves have created the war. We ourselves have created all this mess. This is why our planet is neglected. That very same mentality is going to go to another planet to do what? You know how many years it's going to take you to get used to another gas, another planet? Do you think that people want to live with masks on all the time? Do you think that that's comfortable? Don't be a dummy. It's the fantasy. Oh, let us go to another planet and just be all covered up all the time. Don't you think that your resources are going to run out? Because that planet has different resources. That's why they don't have life form up there. We were born in this planet, Earth. This planet will be new. As in, first of all, before you build something, you have to think about it. Oh, let's build this restaurant with the kitchen in the middle. And then we'll have these different levels around the kitchen. We'll have the lower level, and then we'll have the middle level for those who want privacy but still want to be able to see the kitchen. and we'll have life plants around the middle level, and then we'll have an upper level with the PP rooms, the private party rooms, or public party because the CIA is in the house. That means clean indoor air. Clean indoor air. And God is our central intelligence. I wouldn't want to work for an agency that's threatening me or blackmailing me. No. I want to work for an agency that says, you can come forward. If you see something is wrong, you can come forward. We'll take a look at it, and, because it's all a matter of perspective. It may or may not be true. Now, I'm not encouraging gossipy people. No. I'm not encouraging evildoers to come and snitch. No. I'm talking about people who are not afraid to say, look, this is wrong. With truth and transparency. That doesn't mean going and invading people's privacy and their privacy. You don't need to see what people look like when they're making love to their husband or their boyfriend. It is not for you to judge whether that person's married or not. It is not for you to judge whether that person is gay or not. It is not your job. You cannot judge me. Because I am not educated enough, or tall enough, or skinny enough, or white enough, or black enough, or Hispanic enough, or because I'm not firm enough, or young enough, or mature enough, or innocent enough, or wise enough. You cannot judge me! I'm not judging you for your personal belief or for your personal flaws. I am saying my Father is here, and He's the helping hand above ours, and He has a rod of correction, and we need leaders here on earth, not future patients of America. And America leads the way with her faith, or she doesn't. If she cannot lead the way with her faith, there's a difference between faith and religion, because faith is not religion and religion is not faith. In God we trust. God, Savior, Allah, God, Elohim. One true God. We don't need to be fighting about who God is. God is God. One. He is our builder. Before we build something, we think of it, right? Well, God thought of us before He built us. He spoke us. Let there be light. He separated it from the darkness. And He created the first Adam from the dust of the earth. He breathed the breath of life into the atom, and the first Adam became the first living being, human being, human, the first human. And the last Adam is a life-giving spirit that gives you eternal life for those of you who believe. Atom, 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 atom. Molecules, nucleus. God is our central. We are individual parts of the whole body. We have God's DNA in us. Remember where you come from. Remember. Come back. We are the new humanity being birthed, coming down with our blueprint, coming down, being birthed with our blueprint, the bride. I'm not making this up. Read your books, bind your notes, brother to brother, on the table of truth and transparency. I will be lazy Susan going around and around and around for you. I don't know it all. I don't know it all. We need to bind our notes. Thank you.